Hi, we'll be looking at tapping into online opportunities. Um, there are there are so many opportunities online where you can transact, where you can invest, where you can do business, where you can market product or services, where you can sell product or services. There are tons of them, and we have such things like forex trading. We have e-commerce. We have content marketing. We have content aggregation. There are lots of them. All right, but we'll be looking at e-commerce in this lecture. All right, now this will take us through certain topics on the e-commerce to better have a hold on the entirety of e-commerce. Basically, e-commerce itself, commerce. The word commerce means uh, exchange, trade by exchange of goods and services. When two people exchange goods, right, or services, that's commerce. Now, if this exchange is done over the internet, and that's e-commerce, right? Electronic commerce, that's the E word there. So let's look at some of the elements of e-commerce that you must understand or that drives the e-commerce. So branding, one, branding allows you to um, um, come up with a name that appeals to your audience, a name that considers your audience, a name or a strategy that considers your audience, right? Or that considers your kind or type of services or products. All right. So if you want to sell shoe, you want to start by having or start creating some social media assets, such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You must have a handle. The handle must promote what you want to sell. The handle must promote your product or services, all right? And it must consider your audience. If you are a shoe freak and you basically want to sell shoes, in other words, you have to create a social media page, an online store. An online store, not necessarily a website, yeah, but a social media store. Starting from Facebook, you come up with a name. You could call it under $5 store, at under $5 store, for Facebook, for Twitter, for Instagram, at under $5 score, or I mean on the at five at under $5 store, yeah. Or you could also come up with at under $5 shoe store. Yeah, you could also use the word shoe since you want to deal basically in shoes. So you want to make your use your audience search for stores that sell shoe easier for them, so that when they come on the search engine of the social media, when they type under or shoe store, yours comes up based on SEO, search engine optimization. All right. So oftentimes when I walk into a store, for example, and I see $1 more, a physical store, written on the signboard $1 more, and then the next more next to it is just a name. Let's say my V store. Now I have $3 in my pocket. I don't have much, so uh, I would be confident enough to walk into the $1 store more because I have an information that I could get items that are $1 and below. So it is really important that you tag the name of your store to give your audience confidence to walk into your store. In this case, search because the popular searches on social media for stores is people search based on their pockets. So I don't have more than $10. So apparently I want to say, okay, give me this product within this range, within $1 to $5. And then it searches all over and pulls out stores that sell product within that range. So it is really important to consider using that. All right. Or you could just go for shoes so that when somebody goes and searches, while somebody else is searching clothing store, some other person is searching shoe store and yours comes up as well. All right. That's where branding is really important. Now that's uh, branding your store because you want to sell a product. Now, if you want to brand your store, if you want to sell a strategy, a product strategy, for example, You want to sell a collection of items. You could also come up with a name for it. You don't want to sell a single product. You want to dress up, collect a shoe, a bag, and a dress. Sell the three of them at once, three in one. So you could come up with a store name, Dress and Wear Store. So that's branding also considers that as well. Now, number two, we'll look at feasibility, product feasibility study. You don't just pick any product that you like and sell. It is not about you, it's all about what your audience are saying about the product, what's trending, which of the product is trending, that's what you're buying. You don't buy what you like, you buy what your audience likes. So there are strategies and tactics in determining if a product will sell, the behavior of a product currently in the market. So there are ways you can determine that. So we'll look at that as well. And number three, for pre-orders, oftentimes you don't have capital to start, meaning importation. Pre-order allows you to take money from people, to use people's money to shop. All right. So we'll consider how to go about pre-order to, adopting the concept of pre-order to raise capital from people who wants to buy the items to shop for them, and of course make your profit off of it. Number four, shopping platform. There are a lot of platforms that are out there that are frauds. So you learn how to identify those ones that are frauds, or a merchant within a store that is a fraud. And of course, you would get to know about real shopping platforms where you can shop for items as cheap as extremely cheap. And of course, you can do the shopping in wholesale or retail, as the case may be. But since it's mini importation, you're looking at a wholesale site where the price is extremely cheap. Also, you learn how to navigate the platform, how to filter, how to search and filter, and all of that. And then number five, shipping platform. There are agents that help you to ship your product, what you have purchased, either locally or international. You would learn about them and how to engage, or how to use them, or how to use their services. You know. And number six, business model. Uh, you need a business model to succeed in many importation business. Otherwise, you could buy and sell, and then you don't have the money to reinvest because you're spending your money on some other things, or you're not managing your inflow. So business model allows you to manage your inflow. It allows you to compound your capital. It allows you to work within a specific period of time. All right. We'll learn how to engage that there. And lastly, marketing platform or marketing strategy. You need to learn how to reach your audience. There are ways to engage social media assets to reach your audience. All right. There's so many ways to do that. You know, there are profiles you can build on your social media via which your audience can contact you, or via which you can engage them, where you can create a pre-order group, or product like group. There's a whole lot of things going on. So you also learn that there. So this is basically the overview of everything about e-commerce. We'll be looking at each and every one of them one after the other in our subsequent lecture. All right, see you soon.